So there's been a little bit of some political tension between Germany and Greece and a lot of negative press over the debt situation and what the EU should do about it. And I wondered, in your opinion, if that has affected tourism from Germany to Greece?
I don't believe so. I think most of the tensions that you see are rather natural tensions due primarily to the economic crisis. And it's an economic crisis which has become far more than a Greek-German issue. It's a pan-European issue. Greece is not unique in its situation. So I do not believe that the crisis that we have witnessed in the press is something that is generalized. It is something that will remain, I believe, in a political and journalistic level for a little while.
Yeah.
And it will go away after. We don't believe that this is sustainable for long.
Are you concerned if the negative press here continues that things could change? That there could be an effect?
I don't believe it will. I believe that this was an ephemeral event. Negative, of course, but I don't think it will have long-lasting effects.
Okay. There's been a lot of talk, I'm sure you know, a politician here suggested that Greece sell some of its islands to repay its debt, and I wondered if you could talk about when you heard about that and what you thought when you first heard about it?
Well, I think the suggestion is absurd, and I think that comments like that are unfortunate and they're not building trust among the people, which is exactly what we need to do right now.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the tension is really artificial. I think it's not the time to jump on the bandwagon of populism right now. What is really important is to keep our heads straight, look at the problems that we're facing, and face the problems that are on the table, not create new ones.
Understood.
And I think comments like that don't help in that direction.
Understood. There's some people in Germany are saying that the thing, it was a joke. It was humorous. Did you find it funny, or did anybody take it as a joke, or was it taken very seriously?
No, I don't think it's funny, and I don't think it's a joke, but I don't think you should take it seriously either.
Okay.
I mean, it's not one or the other. I think it's not funny, but nothing that we should concern ourselves with for too long.
Got it. The bookings and the amount of people traveling from Germany to Greece are down year over year. I'm talking 2009 versus 2008. Can you talk about why that is? 2009
compared to 2008.
Right.
Well, 2009 was a crisis that hit the whole tourist industry, and numbers were down across the board for many countries. But we have every reason to believe that with the kind of work that we're doing right now, we can keep those numbers stable and maybe grow them if some of the things we're doing take root.
Got it. So the cause was the economic crisis in general for 2009.
For 2009, yes.
Okay.
For 2010, the tourism that we expect it's still very early to tell.
Yes.
But we've been working very hard. We've been trying to represent Greece all over the world, actually, to make sure that we stabilize the drop and we start, if we find the right opportunity, to increase tourism to Greece in this year.
Got it. Thank you.
We will know more about that in the next month or so.
Really? So is there anything you can say about expectations for 2010 between?
I don't want to. I think the situation is quite fluid right now.
Yeah.
And it's not the time to make predictions.
Okay.
Right now is the time to use what has happened to create a very direct strategy as to how we develop our tourism from now on. I like the phrase, don't let a crisis not become an opportunity.
Right.
This is a crisis, of course, but it's also a huge opportunity to look again into the way that we approach the people, our guests in Greece, and how we approach bringing them over to our country.
There's also talk here that the measures that you're taking, the country, I mean, to save money in terms of raising taxes, for example, will increase costs for tourists going to Greece. Can you talk about that, and if you're concerned that there might be kind of some negative things being said to discourage people?
I would say that most of the measures that we've taken as a government are there to reduce cost. The only measure that could potentially increase cost is the increase in the value-added tax.
Yes.
But we are taking measures in order to balance that out and to make sure that the prices that we offer this year are exactly the same or lower than the prices we had last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how are prices right now versus last year? What would you say?
They're stable.
They are the same. They're stable. Great. There's also increasing competition from countries like Turkey and Egypt who also are battling the press in Germany right now. Anything you can say about how you're going to continue to compete with those countries, say, for example, with infrastructure, hotels, and that kind of thing?
I think this issue of Greece competing with Turkey or Egypt is a theory that I do not subscribe to. I do not believe that these are competitors. Greece has a completely different product to offer, and the only reason why we've become competitors with these countries in the past is because we did not promote our products correctly. The new government that took over about 4 or 5 months ago has a completely different strategy on how to promote Greece, and as that strategy unfolds, it will become very clear that Greece is in no competition with the neighboring countries, which essentially attract tourists based on low cost and by selling sea and sand. We want a completely different strategy with a lot more products, a lot different experiences for our guests. Yeah. And once this comes into place, Greece will be in a completely different place than it is today.
What was exactly the problem with the strategy before?
It was the same strategy was used whether we were talking to Russian oligarchs or a middle-class family in Germany or a student in the United States or a newlywed couple in China. Yeah. By doing the correct kind of research, we're finding what kind of products attract each, what kind of experiences attract each guest. Yeah. And we market the part of Greece that we want to sell to the particular client.
So can you talk about Germany specifically and what you're going to market here?
The direction of our marketing campaign now is the tail end of the previous campaign. We've decided that this was not the time to haphazardly change our strategy as far as the image that we bring out. So in Germany you will find more or less the same messages that we had until now, but we're emphasizing the idea of philoxenia, which is a Greek word, which speaks about travelers not so much as tourists but as guests. Okay. The idea that Greece treats the people who visit as guests is a very old tradition, an ancient tradition, and it's something that both my deputy and I will be spreading as a message here in Germany.
Yeah. Are you concerned that you'll have to put in a little bit more effort into Germany than you had to, just given the recent events over the past couple of weeks?
Oh no, I think we need to put a lot more effort in all our markets, including Germany. But that is because I think the tourism industry in Greece has fallen behind in its strategy. It has not been up to date because of inertia of the past. So that means that we will have to do a lot more work everywhere. But that's what you'll be seeing in the future. The idea that this crisis is an opportunity means that we will not be hiding around. We will be out there fighting for the kind of experience we want our guests to actually come across. Okay. And we are trying to coordinate both the work that we do here and the work that is being done by people back home in order for this message to be consistent and for the experience that the people go to be consistent with the message that we have spread here.
Okay. Also, there's been a lot of images of strikes and other sorts of unrest being passed around all over the world in the media, and particularly in Germany as well. What sort of effect do you think that could have?
Well, I would say that compared to the images that came out of Greece the past 4 or 5 years, this year has been a rather less excitable year. I mean, of course, people are demonstrating against the measures, and that's to be expected, but the demonstrations are peaceful for the most part, and that is the image that is coming out. I think by the summer, because of the fact that most Greeks are supporting the measures of the government and they understand that they're absolutely necessary, we believe that by the summer all of this will have quieted down, and the people who will be visiting Greece will have the experience that they expect.
Yeah. Do you think all of this action that we're seeing is a challenge for you in terms of your job?
Oh, that is part of our job.